Morning all, I'm Johnny B and welcome to Sunny Coast Celtic episode 51. Hope you're all good and having a great couple of days since the Roma game, and obviously got the cup final to look forward to this Sunday. Well, I would have been, but I'm not so sure. Anyway, it's a cup final, we're in it, we need to get behind them and we need to try and win it, which would be good. Touching base on the game the other night, I know I had a bit of a rant and a rave about the board and everything else, but yeah, I'm still going down that road that the board should have never have employed this poor lad. You know, he's not ready yet to step up. If he wins the cup final, it's going to be a great boost for him, boost for the fans, boost for the board, because if he doesn't win it, they're in trouble, and so are we as a team. But anyway, it is what it is. Look, see, in regards to footballers, you look down south and you look at Italy, you look at Spain, Germany, Holland. They've got much stronger leagues, and the players that they're signing for millions and millions of pounds and dollars and everything else. Look at Arsenal, right? Just take Arsenal. Declan Rice, right? He was 110 million or something, right? That's more than our whole team put together. And we normally say that about Scottish teams. Scottish teams like Falkirk, St Mirren, Dundee United go, well, Celtic's got one player that's worth more than our whole team. So it's a context where they're never going to top us. They might beat us in a one-off game at some point, but consistently they're not going to beat us and they're not going to beat other teams because they don't have that quality of player. And that's what's happening to us as a team. We're coming up against teams that have got quality all over the place, and we're playing in a league that doesn't have that. So every single week we're going out there and we're not performing the way we need to perform, because we're not getting pressured and we're not getting put under pressure by the opposition until games like Roma the other night or Midtjylland, and they aren't even brilliant, but they just put us under so much pressure. They're technically much better. The tactics seem to be better than ours. We don't know what we're doing. The other night was an absolute shambles. When I looked at the game again, I had to suffer it and watch it just to see what was going on. And Kieran Tierney had two men on him all the time. He's trying to go to one, the other one was gone. So it was like he was fighting a lost cause there. There was no help because they don't know what's happening with this system. So we were getting absolutely hammered doing both wings. And then the centre of the park, it was one touch, one touch, one touch. Whereas we were taking two touches. It's like we're not clever enough our body shape's not right to just take that one touch and go. We have to take two or three touches, and then by the time we get round, there's players on us, or there's players on the player that you're trying to find. So it was an absolute shambles. Our distribution for the back was awful. I don't know what he's going to do, but on Sunday it's going to be a hard one. He'll probably have to bring Kobe Donovan in. Definitely start him on that right hand side if he's going to persevere with the three at the back. I'm going to keep harping on about this. Celtic need to go to England to play. It's the only way we'll attract big players. It's the only way we'll get big money. Do you remember years ago when we were getting pumped with rankers because they had all these players like Gascoigne and all these players coming in, right? Loudrops. And we were struggling to keep up with them, but obviously they cheated and they got sent down to the lower leagues. They should have been stripped of all their league titles that year because they did cheat to get there. We don't need to cheat to get there. We've got the money in the bank. So we can buy big players and set a marker down and go, right, but who are they? Are they going to want to come in January? Probably not. Are they going to want to come to Scotland to play in a cold, miserable, wet night up at Dens Park or Falkirk? No. They want to play in the best leagues that they can before their career's finished. Your career lasts until you're what, 35, 32, 35, if you're lucky 36. So you really need to make as much money as you can, and that's why they'll go to England, they'll go to Spain, they'll go to Germany. You know, they'll go to all these other places that are much, much more paying. Look at Saudi Arabia. What a shitty league. But they offer that much money that people's going there. America's the same. And they're getting all these coaches in it's not as hard there, I don't believe, as it is in the Scottish Premiership or the English Premiership. So they're going out there and they're making really good money, and they've got great conditions, great training stuff. Like, it's just a nonsense what we're putting up with. So Celtic need to fight to get to England. We need to play in that league, otherwise our expectations, we need to lower them. We can't be wanting to qualify for the Champions League. Look at all the teams in Scotland. We're up, like everybody's on 1 point or no points apart from Celtic. Rangers get pumped, they've got 1 point, I think. Aberdeen, I don't even think they've got any points. And we've got a few 7 points or whatever it is, but it's absolutely garbage. And that's why teams are looking at us going, oh, I've drew a Scottish team in the Champions League or the Europa League or even the Conference League. I don't even know. If we were in that Conference League, I think we'd still struggle. It's a nightmare. We can't compete with the big teams. We can only compete in Scotland. Bayern Munich is a one-off. We can't do that every week. We can't keep up that tempo. We won't. We haven't got the players to do it. Technically, they're not as good, and physically, they're away for it. We need a couple of physical players like a Victor Wanyama in there, you know, somebody that's going to put a bit of power on it. When Kelechi came on the other night, he looked strong. He looked like he was, you know, moving players off the ball. He was causing a bit of a hassle. We didn't have that with Maeda. He's too clumsy, lightweight, he's fast, but when Kelechi looked alright the other night when he came on. So he's got to start this weekend. He's got to. If he's fit at all, get him in there. So, but anyway, that's what I'm thinking. We've got to go somewhere else, or we're going to get served up with the same shit every year, and we're going to blame the board. And I know the board are absolute wankers for what they've done, and they need to go, but they keep making wrong choices. So the right choice would be they do everything to get to England to get some really good money. We need much more money. The money that they get down there is unbelievable. And we would be competing in that league, and people would want to come and play for Celtic because we've got the best fans in the world, best stadium, one of the better stadiums. Everything's good, you know, so we need to move leagues. We're too big for Scotland now, and we're sort of coming down to that. I know that people's laughing, going, too good for Scotland. He's not even top of the league. You know what I'm saying? We're not top of the league because it's fucking turmoil at the moment. But in a given day, if we could sign players like Haaland or, you know, Grealish or Foden or whoever you want, Salah, you can attract them. It's all about money with players. So if we had the money that they've got, they would come to us. How many players do you say Messi loves Celtic, Ibrahimovic, all these players? The atmosphere's in them, but they won't come and play for us because they don't got enough money. And plus, we're playing in a city wee league here that it's garbage. We can't even do. None of us can win in Europe in any kind of league. Champions, Europa, fucking, it's garbage, you know. So anyway, look, let's go on to the game on Sunday. Cup final, first one of the year. Yeah, I'm hopeful, but I'm not over the moon yet. A couple of weeks ago, I'd have been confident that we'd just go there and turn up. So who's he going to play? Here's the thing. In what formation is he going to play? So, I don't know. I think he might stick to what he's trying to do. And if he sticks to that and loses, he's going to be in deep shit. So, I'm going to go with where I think he'll go. Because I can pick my team, but I wouldn't be playing a 3-4-3. I'd be playing a 4-3-3. I'd play Donovan, Trusty, Scales and Tierney. That's your back four. We're no leaking goals there. Just now we're leaking goals. We don't want to leak goals. Sew it up at the back. Then I would go Callum McGregor. I would throw Bernardo in there. He looks like he needs a chance to start. He keeps coming on when we're 3-0 down or 2-1 down. You're under pressure then. He needs to start. I know he's not going to start him, but get Bernardo in there, you know. And Luke McCown. Hatate was terrible the other night. Nygren was terrible the other night. Benji got pass marks. So, but I think he needs to freshen it up. So I'd be playing 3 in there, and it'd be Callum McGregor, it would be Luke McCown, and it would be who did I say was on the right? I would play Bernardo. That would be my 3 in the midfield. It's not going to happen, but we were shit the other night. You can't keep playing the same players, you'll get the same result. And up front, I'd go Kalachi through the middle. I'd go Maeda and Wang Wang, and I'd go Yang in the other wing. Because Yang's been putting a shift in better than Tenecti, and he's one of my favourites, but he's just not doing it at the moment. So that would be mine. It's not going to happen. So here's the team that I think he's going to play. I think Sinisala will start. I think Schmeichel was terrible the other night. Get him out now, get Sinisala in, right? I think he'll go with Kobe Donovan. I think he'll go with Trusty. And I think he'll go with Scales on the left. Then I think he'll push Tierney out as a wing back, with Yang as the other wing back. He'll put Callum McGregor in the middle. He'll have Hatate and probably Engels. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I think he could start with Kelechi and Maida up there. That could be sort of the way to go forward. Do you know what I mean? So you've got that kind of 3 at the back, but then you've got a kind of 5 in the midfield and then 2 up front. Do you know what I mean? Have your 3 at the back, but change that, jiggle it a wee bit, and I think he might do that because he's not got any other players that can do it. I think he's got to start Kelechi, and Maeda's always good for a goal, buzzing about. So you could have that 3 with your two wide, you know, and that might work for him. Don't know if he'll do that, but I could probably put it in the suggestion box at Parkhead, along with about 300,000 other team selections. But I think, to be fair, if we all picked a team, it would all be different, you know. Definitely we'd all be on different channels and wondering what he's going to do. So anyway, all we can hope for is get a 1. I just want a 1 at all costs, just to boost him, just to boost the team, and boost the support a wee bit. And hopefully we get a good support out there on Sunday. So it's 1 o'clock in the morning here, middle of the night. Fuck, need to get up, watch the game, go back to my bed, get back up, do a podcast. Nightmare. Shitty time. Why did I have it at 3 o'clock? Have it at 12 o'clock, so it's a good time here. Anyway, it is what it is. So look, heads up, and as I say, the board, need to get your figure out, let the support back in. That support was dreadful the other night. It was like a man down because we didn't have that support behind us. So the board need to bite the bullet and get the Green Brigade back in again. So what's my prediction for Sunday? I'm going to go 3-1 Celtic. I know that seems to be my favourite score, but I just think, yeah, 3-1, and that'll do me for the first cup of the year. Who's going to score the first goal? Kelechi. There you go. Anyway, have a great weekend. I'm going to the pub soon for a few settlers, and then I'll hopefully kick on for the game on Sunday. So, hail, hail.